'Tis done. But yesterday a king, and armed with kings to strive, and now thou art a nameless thing, so abject, yet alive. Is this the man of fowls and thrones, who strewed our earth with hostile loans? And can he thus survive? Since he miscalled the morning star, no man, no fiend, hath fallen so far. Ill-minded man, why scourge thy kind who bowed so low the knee? By gazing on thyself, grown blind, thou taught'st the rest to see. With might unquestioned, power to save, thine only gift has been the grave to those that worshipped thee. Nor till thy fall could mortals guess ambitions less than littleness. Thanks for that lesson. It will teach to after warriors more than high philosophy can preach, and vainly preach before. That spell upon the minds of men breaks never to unite again, that led them to adore those pagan things of saber sway, with fronts of brass and feet of clay. The triumphs and the vanity, the rapture of the strife, the earthquake voice of victory, to thee the breath of life, the sword, the scepter, and that sway which man seem made but to obey, wherewith renown is rife. Oh, well, dark spirit, what must be the madness of thy memory? The desolator? Desolate. The victor overthrown, the arbiter of others' fate. A suppliant for his own. Is it some yet imperial hope that with such change can calmly cope? Or dread of death alone, to die a prince, or live a slave? Thy choice is most ignobly brave. Of the rebound, linked by the clout, he vainly broke. Alone, how looked he round? Thou, in the sternness of thy strength, an equal deed hast done at length, and darker fate hast found. He fell, the forest prowler's prey, but thou must eat thy heart away. The Roman, when his burning heart was slaked with blood of Rome, threw down of a dagger, dared depart in savage grandeur. Home he dared depart in utter scorn of men that such a yoke had borne, yet left him such a doom. His only glory was that power of self-upheld, abandoned power. The Spaniard, when the lust of sway had lost its quickening spell, cast crowns for rosaries away, an empire for a cell. A strict accountant of his beads, a subtle disputant on creeds, his dotage rivaled well. Yet better had he neither known a bigot swine the despot's throne. From thy reluctant hand the thunderbolt is wrung. Too late thou leav'st the high command to which thy weakness clung. All evil spirit as thou art, it is enough to grieve the heart to see thine own unstrung, to think the God's fair world hath been the footstool of a thing so mean. And earth has spilt her blood for him who thus can hoard his own. And monarchs bowed the trembling limb and thanked him for a throne. Fair freedom, we may hold thee dear, when thus thy mightiest foes their fear in humblest guise have shown. Oh, ne'er may tyrant leave behind a brighter name to lure mankind. Thine evil deeds are writ in gore, not written thus in vain. Thy triumphs tell of fame no more, or deepen every stain. If thou hadst died as honor dies, some new Napoleon might arise to shame the world again. But who would soar the solar height to set in such a starless night? Weighed in the balance, hero dust, is vile as vulgar clay. Thy scales, mortality, are just to all that pass away. But yet, methought the living great some higher spark should animate to dazzle and dismay. No mean contempt could thus make mirth of these, the conquerors of the earth. And she, proud Austria's mournful flower, thy still imperial bride, how bears her breast the torturing hour? Still clings she to thy side, must she to mend, must she to share thy late repentance, long despair? Thou throneless homicide, if still she loves thee, hoard that gem, 'tis worth thy banished diadem. Then haste thee to thy sullen isle, and gaze upon the sea. That element may meet thy smile, it ne'er was ruled by thee. Or trace with thine old idol, and in loitering upon the sand, that earth is now as free, that Orin's pedagogue hath now transferred his byword to thy brow. Lo, Tabor, in his captive's cage, what thoughts will there be thine, while ruling in thy prison rage, but one, the world was mine! Unless I key of Babylon, all senses with thy scepter gone, life will not long confine that spirit poured so widely forth, so long obeyed, so little worth. Oh, like the thief of fire from heaven, wilt thou withstand the shock and share with him the unforgiven, his monster and his wrath? Foredoomed by God, by man accursed, and that last act will not my worst the very dark's mark. He in his fall preserved his pride, and, if immortal, had as proudly died. There was a day, there was an hour, while earth was God's, God thine, when that immeasurable power, unsated to reside, had been an act of pure fame that gathers one Marengo's name, and gilded thy decline through the long twilight of all time, despite some passing clouds of crime. But thou, forsooth, must be a king, and don the purple vest, as if that foolish robe could wring remembrance from thy breast. Where is that faded garment? Where the gewgaws thou wert wont to wear? The star, the string, the crest, reign through a child of empire, say, are all thy playthings snatched away?